And then as we moved into my spiritual awakening that I had in my early 20s, my mentors, some were living and some were not. But one of my mentors was Dr. Howard Thurman, great mystical theologian, who I actually met.
You did?
Yeah, I stayed in Thurman Hall when I attended Morehouse College, and I met Dr. Thurman at Morehouse. And then later on, subsequently, followed his teachings, read extensively, listened to his talks. So he was a spiritual mentor. Really, he had the capacity to take the most intense, tough, negative circumstances and situations and show that God was there.
Oh.
You know, so.
That's what a mentor does.
Yeah, and so he was great, and still is a great teacher. He's on the other side, but I can still consider him a spiritual mentor. Dr. Daniel L. Morgan, who was the founder of the Guidance Church of Religious Science, great mentor. I can remember walking in, my mother took me there the first time, and Alyssa encouraged me to go as well, Alyssa Sprinkles. And the first day I walked in, I heard him say, heaven and hell aren't merely places, they're states of consciousness. And I said, he's right. and I was a little shocked because I didn't know they actually told the truth in churches.
Oh.
I had left church a long time ago because there was so much incongruency in the theology and the practice. So, so hearing an individual, and before I went to Guidance, I had had a spiritual breakthrough, a spiritual awakening, and so I had done a lot of studying on my own. And when I heard him say something that was real and meaningful, I ended up staying there, taking classes with him, studying. And
you heard the truth.
I heard the truth come through his being, and ultimately received my practitioner license there, and then later on went through seminary, went through a school of ministry. So he was a great mentor. Dr. Homer Johnson, great mentor, really could articulate from the feeling tone and through language the mystical awareness, which I resonated with, because my walk with the presence was so real, that the presence of God, the presence of love and beauty, the infinite intelligence that governs all creation, was at times more real to me than the very chair I'm sitting on. And so he was able to give language to that and let me know that I was not alone, that I wasn't crazy.
Did he inspire your languaging because you have such a beautiful languaging? Was that part of that too?
But he didn't necessarily inspire the language, but he inspired a kind of deep knowing that I was on the right track. Because he could say so much in one sentence, or an inflection, or a prayer, that you knew he knew, you see. And so he was a fantastic mentor along the way. And then the other mentors that I had were people that weren't necessarily living. One of the great mystics, Walter Russell, was a great mentor of mine. Sri Aurobindo, out of India, who was a colleague with Mohandas K. Gandhi. And Mohandas K. Gandhi called him the greatest spiritual mind that ever came out of India. So I went to Auroville, which is a community he established in India, and I continued to study his works. Great spiritual mentor. I said Howard Thurman already, Walter Russell, Ralph Waldo Emerson, great mentor. So a lot of them have passed on. Emanuel Swedenborg, a great spiritual mentor. A lot of them have passed on, but I still consider them mentors, and still consider that I can pick up their vibration and their transmission that they left before they left here.